song that's coming along. Leave that. Check it out. It's never just black and white, baby. Keep a goal in my sight, baby. Keep a bag in my sight, baby. Cause I remember cold nights, baby. It's never just black and white. It's never just black and white. Keep a bag in my sight, baby. Keep a bag in my sight, baby. It's never just black and white, baby. Day left, I go right, baby. Opposition make life crazy, but some things just can't save me. It's never just black and white. It's never just black and white. Keep a bag in my sight, baby. Keep a bag in my sight, baby. I woke up this morning out of my zone like fuck this 9 to 5. Other voices in my head like hustle, hop, or stay alive. Contemplating. Welcome to the Steaks and Eggs Show, another edition. I'm your boy Steaks. If you don't know, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and make sure y'all hit that notification button. On today's episode, I got two guests. I got my brother over here, VeRB.
Family.
V to the E to the R to the B.
Value each remaining breath.
Exactly. You know I got my oldest baby over there.
Yes, that's me.
I don't know if she want to go by Naya B or just Shania today.
Shania.
We trying to get that. We trying to get that figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That was behind the scenes, guys. I don't.
But yeah, man, y'all go ahead and you know what I mean. Tell them where they can follow y'all at, man, on social media. VeRB, where can they follow you at, man? What platform?
You can't find me. No, I'm kidding. Lights Camera VeRB on Instagram. Cali Soku, and that's SOKUU on Facebook. I'm on all digital streaming platforms. You feel me? Just search VeRB, VeRB, Value Each Remaining Breath. But most likely you're gonna find me on IG, Lights Camera VeRB.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. Naya, what about you? Instead of just St. Cloud, but where else can they find you other than the college campus?
Okay, so yes, I go to St. Cloud State University.
We're proud of that.
Was disclosed right now. Disclosed, my bad.
Full disclosure.
Yeah, and what did you say? You asked me.
What's your social media?
Oh
nigga?
yes, Shania _Cyprian, first _ last name.
I'm not gonna lie.
Spell it
however you want to spell it.
Yeah. You find me. My pictures
with a Y, not an I, because they will put that I in there. You already know how that goes.
It's SHANYA.
Yes,
not I, not with the E. It's weird.
Facts.
There's something I never told you, dog.
What's up?
That Cyprian last name is like the most unique last name I've come across in my 20 plus years in America.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I ain't met no other Cyprian.
No?
Since, no.
I met a couple, man. I think we got like distant relatives, maybe.
Okay.
You ever think
I've come across other Cyprians, bro. They spell their shit kind of different, though. They spell it like CYPRAIN.
Wow.
Without, like the shit's like, yeah.
Yeah, because ours is CYPRIAN.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you ever think of doing a history?
No.
Why not?
No, we're good. Nope, not at all. Nah, I'm good, man. Okay. You know me, man. Like
I did.
We don't need no extras.
Facts. You do.
Who said we have to add them? We didn't have to We don't have to be with them and talk to them. It'll be nice to know where I came from, but
I feel you.
It's like we're a family, we're part of each other, but you have your life, I have mine, and we're just.
That's right.
But when I see you, it's like I know.
Right. Well, one thing too I wanted to say. So your auntie Coco, she actually did I think she did like a 23andMe on the family, on Big Mama.
Yeah.
Before she passed away, and we found out our roots go back to Ethiopia.
Word.
Wow.
So I think the Kush tribe. I think.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, if you look at Coco, you can kind of see it though.
Yeah. I mean,
shout out
in a lot of our families. shout out, my auntie Coco. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. But so let's jump into some topics, man. So you know how we do on the show, man, on Steaks and Eggs. We like to cover certain topics and talk about certain things that nobody may be comfortable talking about, or just, things that people don't touch base on anymore because they may feel that
is a sensitive topic. I don't really think our topics today is as sensitive, but it is some things that do need to be discussed. Yeah. And since I got my brother on the show today, a fellow musician, a fellow rapper, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. Yeah. And then I got my daughter over there that's really heavy into the entertainment industry, and you know she does follow a lot of entertainment, whatever genre that is. You know, potentially a future journalist sitting over there, so y'all definitely lock in. But in today's world, we definitely gonna jump in and just talk about the current state of hip hop and the current state of overall music in most genres. Yeah. So my first question, just to you two, just right off the bat, what in your opinion, what's in today's day and age, man? What do you think the state of hip hop is right now?
You know,
just open and honest, bro.
I'll let the lady go first.
I feel like, okay, like looking at it from like probably you guys' perspective, like as far as like when hip hop really kind of took off and was like at its prime, you guys experienced that.
We did.
Whereas it came after, and I like love the music, and I feel like that should be a lot of the same sounds that we should hear today. And a lot of those people, right, these icons like Tupac and Biggie, like if they were alive today, they would be just a phenomenon and
That's
very
true.
just, you know, so
my thing is, so you drop
yes and no.
So
like 50-50 for me.
Yes and no what though?
That it sucks, but then also it has its like its moments and times.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna follow that after you get. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm
elaborate.
I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like a lot of it does suck because really, you know, it's hip hop, and hip hop is supposed to be inclusive. You know, and there should be room for everybody. But it seems like we're so clouded by a certain sound. We're clouded by popularity over talent.
Right.
You dig? And there's a lot that just doesn't sit right with me as an artist in general. I feel like
what's that though? Like, speak on that shit. Like, what's fucking with you?
Yo, what's fucking with me is the fact that, you know, hip hop initially was like a movement.
Right. Okay.
You know, what it was about putting stuff out there that we went through as communities. You know, as black people. Try to alleviate some of the pressure. You know, it was more like when we spoke on certain things, we wanted people to know that, we wanted to bring light on certain situations we were going through.
Right.
We wanted to show other people that, whatever you're going through, I relate to.
Right.
You feel me? And you're not alone. You know?
Right.
But now it's become about who got the most money, who has the most women. You know, who has the flashiest cars? Who has
the most friends? Like,
the most friends. Yes. Who's in the club every night? Right. You know, but that's not real life for a lot of black people.
Right.
You know, but I do feel like at the same time, a lot of reasons why that shit is popular is because it is an escape. You there?
Yeah, it's an escape. It's an escape for a lot of people. So I'm gonna just put it to you like this, because even it ain't just even in the music industry, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's an escape for a lot of people, whether it's like poetry, fashion,
Facts.
Sports.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So an escape is an escape. I really would say, like, my thing, and just to kind of elaborate on what Naya was saying, is that, so I hear you name drop Biggie and Tupac, right? Totally before your generation, right?
Right.
Timeless music, right?
Yes.
The fact of the matter is, though, so when I say the current state of hip hop, we're talking about, you mentioned two legendary pioneers. I would, in their own right, in their own, you know, right. So with that said, when you mention those two individuals, is the state of hip hop or the state of rap really that fucked up? Because here's the thing. You didn't mention any new artists. You didn't mention the Baby. You didn't mention Future. You didn't mention, you ain't mentioned none of the new cats that's really out here doing big shit right now. You
Right.
mentioned 2 individuals who are actually no longer with us.
Yeah.
So that tells me where your head is at, because you know that, in my opinion, you know that the game's not dead.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that timeless music is still there. But my question, and maybe one of y'all could weigh on this, is like, who the fuck is up? Who else is gonna carry that now at this point? Because so again, those are 2 heavy hitters, and we done had some heavy hitters, my nigga. You know that.
Yeah.
But who else is gonna carry on? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a really hard question, because I'm thinking right now, like, as you're asking, and it's like
Nobody you could think of.
I just feel like the sound and like what people have been, we love this new sound, this, like,
Right.
you know, engaging it, right? It's like,
Facts.
it's just evolved crazy, like how phones kind of came out of nowhere, like technology
Phones
came
are
out
part
of
of it.
Oh,
nowhere.
we'll get to that topic.
So I just, like, on that, like,
up.
how quick something can change, and like everyone just be on the wagon with that, and like that just be the new thing.
Right.
I think that happened with music, or happened with hip hop, and
Yeah.
we just never looked back. And I'm not saying that we don't go back, but you know, when when Drake is sampling like Michael Jackson, or you know, someone that with that timeless music, with that timeless sound, it sounds different. It's like they're trying to make them be there, but they're not there.
Right.
True.
So, and I'm gonna roll off of your comment on. So one thing that you mentioned, that it was pretty much what you were stating, that it's oversaturated. I got you right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned what today's in the time, right? So with that said, like, social media,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the problem, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So I just had a conversation about social media. You know, I mean, maybe you probably know, Naya, you know, like I really don't fuck with social media like that, only because in the sense that it does have its negatives, but
Yeah.
I did come to light to understand that social media does have a positive effect in the sense where it is everlasting. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
when you take those photos, when you post those videos, potentially one day you may have grandkids, you may have great grandkids that's one day, and if this shit is still around and they have access to this shit, they still gonna be able to go on there and be like, oh, that's my granddaddy, that's
And
my
it
great
like
grandma.
tracks, like it can, like, oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't go back and look at and I can't go back and understand how any of my elders were
Yeah.
before
That's real.
a certain time,
Exactly.
because it was just based on, like, you had photos and shit,
Right.
and you had word of mouth of other individuals telling you, like, this how grandpa was, this how your
And, like,
grandmama
history
was, Big
books.
Mama Madea was, and all that shit. You just like your great cousin type shit.
Right.
Well, I don't really know that
Right.
nigga, but at the same time, it's just like,
You saying that I'm him or I'm like him?
You
It's
know what I'm
like,
saying?
okay, like
my cousin
Wow.
Sutra, shout out to Sutra. She just had a son.
Oh, word.
Um,
Congrats.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. And
I remember Sutra too when she was young.
yeah, we'll get on the youngest, man. Time flies, man. But
Fuck, man.
yeah, so my mom was like, he looked just like Orlando.
Oh, word?
And then, like, I looked, and I'm like, nah, he looked more like Xavier. But then, like, he started acting. She was sending me videos of how he acting and shit, and I'm like, yeah,
That's
I
Orlando.
don't like with my little cuz, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to little cuz. Whatever case. But what I'm connecting to is we're gonna talk about, so we talked about the state of hip hop, how social media affects that.
Yeah.
It's very oversaturated. When you get so many motherfuckers on a bandwagon, that shit becomes some whole other level shit that kind of goes into cancel culture.
yeah,
It does.
Per se, right?
yeah.
You say something as musicians.
Yeah.
We can't just get out here and just say whatever the fuck we want to say no more. And that, you said it yourself. That's where it started.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it is crazy how a lot of times when I write lately, I feel like I do gotta, in the middle of writing, censor myself.
Man.
You know?
And that's crazy.
And it sucks because there's a point in time where you understand, art is really expression. You know?
Yep.
Art is self-expression in its fullest form, in its entirety. If you want true art, art has no boundaries.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It's not supposed to.
It's not
Perfect
supposed to.
example. Matter of fact, speaking of, what's the young black girl that paints all the pictures of pussies and dicks and tied together
that
and
just yesterday.
the titties be tied together and shit like that?
Yesterday.
What? So people,
I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to know what that is.
Yo,
yeah, it's crazy. Like it's wild. Like
You don't.
like it's like the period busting out of and all that shit, and
Here's-
the
here's the
dudes is
thing.
playing in it. Like it's crazy, but that's art. But look though, as VeRB said it, that's art in its finest. That's expression of art, right?
A lot of people think she's crazy.
A lot of people gonna think she crazy,
Yeah.
because that she's doing this type of art and things like that. But that's her self-expression.
Right. And I guess
It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
it is.
And
It is.
But you understand that when
Is it like an over exaggerated like
it's
picture,
she
but
has
like
no there's
crazy.
no holding back.
like there's
wild.
no filter. Like
It's-
like this is what it looks like, and this is
Man,
like
it's
what
wild.
this is what I'm.
Either you accept it or you don't.
Okay.
You don't.
That's what
It's
she's
Okay.
it's funny and expressive, and
Okay.
she hits multiple points with her
Facts.
work.
Okay.
Facts.
Like you can take it multiple ways and,
Yes.
Here's the
and
thing.
get what you need out of it. I feel.
But here's the thing: if she dumbs herself down and doesn't go all out, do you understand what she's trying to say?
I would think that's weird.
And that's exactly. And you hit that point right on the head, man, because that's
saying?
real talk. But here's the thing: as I sit here and talk about it, you have other individuals out here who's like, yeah, they need to get her up out of here and this and this and that
I've
because
seen people even say she needs mental help.
yeah, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
She just understands the game. She understands art. is-
Controversy.
Controversy for one.
Yes.
Will always.
I guess really, I feel like really like standing up to it and like saying like this is not what people like to see on a canvas or like since
Okay.
it's so like exotic in a way, like you
Yeah,
said.
it's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
Like her artwork is definitely different.
So she's definitely putting herself out there to be seen, to be judged.
Right,
actually, so
And like you said, you spoke on just making sure you don't when we doing our work, we have to make sure we don't say certain shit.
Yeah.
A perfect example, and it's crazy, and we're gonna jump into this next
Yeah.
issue of time, because again, timeless is actually timeless. So
Facts.
for those who don't know, me and VeRB, we got a joint called Pray For 'Em, right? So a lot of people don't know. We recorded this joint literally like 07.
07. It was around then.
Yeah.
Kitchen shit.
Yep, we recorded Pray For 'Em in the kitchen. Literally cooked it in the kitchen
On the spot.
at a computer, at a dining room table, and
the
a
spot.
mic, DIY type shit.
Yeah.
On the spot. Just woke up one day, heard a beat. Me and my nigga got activated. We recorded that joint back in 07.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem.
Yeah.
There are certain lyrics in that song that are somewhat questionable that I actually had to say, so I say a line in the joint, and this is real. And I may lose some viewers, I may lose some watchers from knowing this, but it is what it is. This is the Steaks and Eggs show. We ain't finna sugarcoat none of this shit.
No.
But what I will say is, so one of the lines in my song was I say candy ass, right? So with today's society, you already know how that's gonna go,
know.
right?
Yeah.
So I actually had to ask my daughter. I asked my kids. I say, "Do you think I need to edit this line?"
Yeah.
Now I have no problem with that community because off top they're automatically gonna draw out and say, "Oh, this nigga's he homophobic,
Yeah.
No.
candy ass, blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Now, no different than Pimp C saying "fairy ass nigga."
Yeah.
That was the times.
No difference
That's a lyric.
than Marshall Mathers saying that
You ain't a pimp, you's a fairy.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So that was the lingo.
Yeah,
That's what it was. So again, we're talking about time.
Yeah.
Timeless song. The shit still fire. Motherfuckers still like it. It still gets people looking at it on the blogs and they like, man, this shit go hard.
Still squash shit today.
But some of those lines, if the right person heard it, it's gonna be very questionable.
Yeah.
And with that said, time,
Yeah.
timeless music does matter. But what said? What did Biggie say? What Biggie said, one line, I'm gonna say it, that was very questionable. And motherfuckers was like, wait, what did that nigga say? What'd he say? Girl, you so fine, I'll suck your daddy dick.
I wouldn't say that.
That's crazy.
I don't care if it was 1960.
Hey, I mean, sorry, not Pac, but Big.
Hold on.
I wouldn't say that personally.
Oh.
Exactly. So that's gotta, I get.
And you were talking about Badussi, like that's my song. Like
No.
that's my song right there. And he be
that's fucking
what?
different, fam.
What? But he said
that's fucking different.
that is so like
Nah, you know that shit is different. And you know every time that dude say that
he
shit.
said if it's too much of it, not
He
if
say
it was.
what was dude line? He say I get so much pussy I might switch to bussy. When he said that, I automatically said, wait a minute.
Hold on, fam.
I didn't even know what the word actually stood for, but I kind of got an idea, my nigga. And we looked it up.
Yeah.
And it was
said that it was like
questionable.
both genitals of both opposite
Ain't nobody
genders.
getting.
That's my thing. Ain't it niggas in the studio with you when you spin that shit?
So
It's
yeah,
like-
they let that go.
They let it go.
They
bro.
let it- they
That's
let it
wild.
slide.
They let that Biggie line go was super wild.
Who's behind the engineering board and say, yo,
He said,
nigga,
"Yeah, that's
that
it.
shit was fire,
That was
bro.
it." No.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, Puff being, and with Puff being
need
in
to
a lot of
get- he need to go.
controversy,
Yeah.
he let that slide. You need to add that to the list, my nigga, because you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You trying
Was
to
it
say-
was it a good song overall or
It
like
was.
no?
What, man?
Like was it like a hit or was
It's a
it like one of
dope
those songs
song.
that was like
That's the worst
you
part.
should have cut that.
No, that's the worst part.
Nah.
The worst part is it's one of those songs you can still play today and be like, yo.
But
Matter
it's
of
like
fact-
that line though.
Hold on. Matter of fact, Kalia, look up the song. You look up the song, Biggie Smalls. He says,
He really said
"Girl, you so
that?
fine, I'll suck your daddy's dick," or some shit like that. And look that up, and then let me know what
Do
that
the
song
"You're So
is.
Fine" part though.
It's
Do
hard
the "You're So
to.
Fine" part though.
That's crazy.
So
So
here's
it's not
what I
in the
want to
search
know
bar.
about. I'm happy you
and then you get in
mentioned.
trouble for it later.
I'm happy you mentioned Biggie and Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one thing I've always wondered about Biggie and Pac. Do you think if Biggie and Pac are alive today,
Mm.
considering the state of hip hop, since that's what we're talking about, do
Yeah.
you think they conform to today's sound, or they stay?
Mm.
Do you think we're hearing? There it is.
Hold on, bring it over. Yeah,
Bring it
come,
over
get the reach around going.
Y'all just about to change my answer. Hold on.
Me and my
This
bitch. Is that the song?
This ain't.
It's
It
a
needed
dope
to
joint.
change.
Even the title is dope.
It needed to go.
You know, girl, you're so fine. Come on, dog.
Okay.
No Biggie at the flows, yo. Yeah.
The flow was crazy.
No
it was
Diddy.
like
No
he
Diddy.
said,
Sorry, I ain't gonna
it
say
had to
that.
go.
So
Yeah.
we apologize. We had to get that just so y'all know.
And
And
it's in
I'm
the
sure
first couple
everybody-
lines. Imagine.
Right off the top.
It's like, hold on.
It was getting good.
Right off the
I
whoop.
would have listened to the whole thing still. Though,
Fuck.
probably. Like I would have been like, oh, but
Right off
you
the
know,
whoop.
back into it.
Right
You know,
off the whoop.
I'd have been
He
recording.
didn't, he
I'm
didn't
not
say it
gonna
again,
lie.
did he?
I'm not
Nah.
gonna lie. I'm the
That was
guy
good.
in the studio that's recording. You remember I used to engineer and shit.
Right.
I'm probably hitting, yo, you sure that's what you wanted to say, my dude?
That's facts, and that's as when you're in the studio with each other. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff that we should be doing, is making sure that the work is polished. That's what we call polishing the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're ever in a one day within,
So it's just like you have what's written and you thought it sounded good, but you recorded it, and it's like, okay, I need to
switch
switch that out.
Right.
But that's called a what is that? A reflection, maybe.
Oh,
And then
see,
you
here
got
we
your-
go.
You got the
I am an
second-
uneducated man.
You got your second draft. You have your first draft, second draft.
I didn't go to college.
my thing
Hit
is,
us with college
Or
lecture
making
shit.
editing as you go.
my thing is, I
critiquing,
can't picture a
analyzing,
scenario.
analysis.
I can't picture a situation. I mean, I could try to I could try to say, yo, let's be open-minded, let's be whatever. But I can't picture a situation in any type of form where you're a heterosexual man and saying that comes off right. Where anybody's listening to that and it's like, yeah, that was dope. I don't know if that should have been. They should have let that slide in the studio.
Well, I'm gonna get.
Are we still on the Biggie song?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I'm gonna get with you on this, bro. So I'm gonna say this though on some real shit because like this. So, and I agree with you on that 100%. However, I feel regardless of if a rapper's heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, that's that nigga's business. Do your shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like the whole shit with this motherfucking like the Meek Mill and Diddy shit, right?
Yeah.
Niggas is up in the uproar only because they can't believe this shit. Like it's fucking with their head. Like oh my god, like so
they can't fathom.
Right.
Like that was a secret.
So if this shit is actually facts, people change over time, my nigga. Like if motherfuckers just kind of got in tune with their motherfucking emotions, that's fine.
Yeah. Right.
I know, I'm good, man. I'm. Listen, man. I like pussy. I don't like bussy.
There's no girl that fine to me, bro. There's no girl that fine. I don't care who you are, where you're from. Yeah. Your daddy's dick is not. I don't care.
Yeah.
It just
that was a huge.
Good you look.
Like,
Shorty, you better beat it.
Facts.
That was
beat your feet.
That was 5 lines crossed.
Yeah, I got a Klondike bar for you.
That was wow.
Not the Klondike.
I got a Klondike bar for you.
He only like Pink Panther over here, man. I mean? Shout out to the Pink Panther squad.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? But if you ever say, yo, I know I'm just this bad chick.
Internal joke. You was too young to get that.
Yeah,
the Hunters.
That was the Hunters.
I was laughing at my own joke that I made prior.
You know what I'm saying? Dog, I don't care.
Shout out to Graveyard Shifter, man.
What up, nigga?
He know what we talking about.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? That's I don't care how good you look. You can come at me and say, yo, I know I'm the best thing you've ever seen, and I'll agree. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? In order to get me, you gotta. Oh, my daddy's. Yo, guess what? I'd rather fuck off.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That's just me though. Shout out to Biggie.
Big was probably he had to be high in the motherfucker.
Do what you do.
He was high, bro.
I think that's probably. Can we touch the base on that? That was probably
he was high.
That was it.
He was extra on that.
Because
all right, let's go.
And everybody around him was, so.
Right.
Man, so with that said, man, so like we talked about the state of hip hop. We kind of touched on a little bit of cancel culture and the state of hip hop. Yeah. Just a little bit. We ain't go over the top with it this time on that. Yeah. And we just kind of made it known that, man, like people can do what they want and be what they are regardless of what the fuck industry you in, man. It's something exactly art. Yeah. So it's a lot of people out there who don't actually express who they are because they scared of the world and cancel culture and the fact that they're gonna be judged and shit, and things like that, man. So and today's day and age, you gotta realize that you gotta cut the bullshit.
You're right.
Let people be, man, who the fuck they are. We were taught some shit from a young age. Yeah. And now we done kind of grew into this whole, oh man, this is what the fuck we believe and this is how this shit should be when it should, man. Shut the fuck up and go sit down, beat it, and whatever. Do what you do.
Like, who are you to tell anybody?
Exactly. Facts. And with that said, is speaking that, and I'm glad that the younger generation, bro, is like, the younger generation is speaking up. Yeah. However, I think that y'all sometimes speak a little bit too loudly and too much and need to reel that motherfucking shit back in sometimes.
What's an example, though?
An example is the fact that...
sometimes I understand, but like...
An example is the fact that...
What do you
An example is, okay, so we're going to get into some real shit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about pronouns.
Okay.
I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells because I don't know your proper pronoun.
That's
Right.
real.
I shouldn't get in trouble, or I shouldn't be reprimanded at work or on a job,
You said
or I
generation.
shouldn't be canceled. Hold on, how we
You
going?
said generation, right?
The pronoun whole deal. This wasn't a thing until that's more recently, and
Yeah.
I would say within the last
Okay.
decade-ish.
Yeah.
But regardless of, so this is my thing. If I address you a certain way, if I
Right.
see you,
Right.
you look like a woman to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna address you as her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if your thing is you want to be called he,
Yeah.
and you get mad at me off the bat because I didn't address you as such, what the
Right.
fuck is that? Like, okay, so here, educate me.
I'm with you on that.
Tell me
I was
how you would like to be addressed, but you won't dare have me sitting or walking on eggshells because you want to be addressed something that I
Yeah.
just never knew you wanted to be addressed as. Go ahead, bro. Speak on
Here's
it.
my problem with all that stuff. So, I'm all for respecting everybody. You dig?
Facts. As we all are.
Whoever you want to be is who you
Right.
want to be. That's cool. That's on you. And yes, it is part of my responsibility to address you as you want to be addressed, right? Because I want to be addressed as how I want to be addressed too, right?
Right.
So here's my thing on that. I don't feel like, I feel like it should be a mutual respect thing. If you're gonna get mad at me for not addressing you the same way, what you're not doing is you're not taking time to understand that I come from a background where I'm not used to what you want me to address
Right.
you at.
Right.
And
Like you
That's
were
facts,
not
yeah,
educated
exactly.
on that. That was not a
Exactly.
norm for you guys'
It's
generation.
not a norm.
Right.
And it's
So
being
you have
forced.
to be
Yes.
able to exercise some grace
Yes.
when it comes to if I potentially address you the wrong way. It doesn't mean I deliberately try to disrespect
Right.
you. It doesn't mean that I just acknowledged what you are and decided to go based on what I know. It just means that, yo, we're human beings. We're creatures of habit.
Right.
You know, as from my generation, we're used to seeing women being addressed as women. We're used to seeing men being addressed as men.
Right.
And looking like that.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And dressing
Right,
like
right.
that
Now-
and things.
Now we
Yes.
have situations where I have to address one person as them or they.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not used to that.
Especially in the sentence, like saying that, oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
I'm
stresses
not-
me out.
Exactly. So I'm not used to that. Now, you have to exercise some grace because I want to give you the utmost respect as a
Exactly.
human being,
Yes.
period. You feel me? And I want to get to a point where I can comfortably look at you and say, yo, okay, that's them.
right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not wired based on my background and history
Yes.
to just automatically go to that.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right.
So you have to also, if you want that amount of respect from me, you have to have enough grace to afford me that kind of respect too. Where
Right.
it's like, okay, I understand. Maybe it might take some time for you to get used to it.
Don't have me
Yeah.
around here
This
walking
way.
on motherfucking eggshells
Thank
and
you.
shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You
not
dig?
walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
First
That's a
off,
hostile environment.
I'm not walking on eggshells for any motherfucking body. And you expect me to walk on eggshells because you feel you want to change.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. What did I say? Naya, what did I say? A lion you can put feathers on a lion.
Okay.
That doesn't make it a bird.
It does not.
You could put a lion's mane on a bird.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it a lion.
It does not.
Because at the end of the day, my nigga, if you put feathers on that lion, that nigga will not be able to fly. So that's all I'm saying, man. Like that, and that goes back to the same thing with, man, you want me to address you a certain way, I'll address you any way you want.
Yeah.
If you a lion and you want to be a bird, you got feathers on, go be a bird, my nigga.
Facts.
Okay.
Go be a bird.
you.
Go be a
I'm
bird.
trying to understand that.
I
Like
look-
that.
Go be a bird.
I look in the mirror.
Like
every
either
day.
way, you can't do it. Is what you're saying?
What I'm getting at is the connecting is to your.
Like you are what you are.
You
and
are what
should be
you
that.
are
Yeah.
genetically.
Right.
Genetically.
You know what I'm saying? So when you are genetic, I understand that, so they pass the laws where a person can go in and change their gender on their documentation and things like that. But you will never, up until now, because the future's still coming, they're going to come out with some miracle pill or something that a person will possibly be able to go do that. And when they do, that's fine.
Yeah.
However, when you are born a man or a woman, whatever it is that I believe in, again, listen, my circle, we fuck with everybody. Yeah. I'm not singling anyone out. This is just my opinion. I apologize if I offend. Exactly. I apologize if I offend anybody out there. But this is what this is about. This is a Steaks and Eggs show, and anybody can come on here and say what they need to say without offending anybody. Because the same people that, if anybody out there is offended, hit me up. I would love to get you on the show so we can talk about it, and we can educate each other. You can educate me or anybody else on this show that you feel is not getting the proper education in what we're discussing. That's why I'm building this platform. So again, getting back to the issue, I feel, in my opinion, that if you're born a woman, genetically you are a woman.
Right.
If you're born a man, genetically you're a man. So again, if you put feathers on a lion, and it's not to compare human beings to animals, but this is just the analogy that I could come up with right off the top of my head right now. You could put feathers on a lion. That doesn't mean you can fly. But I'll let you go be a bird, and I respect that.
I respect
it.
And if you are a bird and you want to put a lion's mane on and walk around this bitch like you the king of the motherfucking jungle,
I respect
it. Man, I'm with that. You powerful. But however, when they get down on your ass,
right, and like treat you as such,
you need to be exactly. So
you need to be
again, I respect people for who they are.
You
be what you want to be.
Yes.
Do what you want to do. However, at the end of the day, I have to call it as I see it, and it is fact that this is what it is. I respect you. However, don't get mad at me for just having the understanding that you are what you actually are.
It's just grace, man. It's just grace.
So again, and that's a beautiful word. That's the word of the day. Grace.
Grace.
Grace is the word. Because that's, and that's for everybody. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That, and
because respect should be mutual. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're not moving around here expecting people to respect us. Meanwhile, we're not trying to respect them. You dig?
Or ourselves. Like, it starts with you.
Exactly.
It starts with you first.
If you want me to respect, here's the key behind respect. Respect is given before it is expected.
Yes.
You dig?
Or doing it without expecting anything back in return.
So I give you respect first, and then now it is on you to respect me. Now, if you choose not to, I can now move based on me knowing that I did my part. I respected you.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing, right? So you get mad at me. You get mad at me because I didn't address you the right way, but you didn't take time to understand that it's probably just based on how I'm wired. It's not an attempt to be to be disrespectful or to down you. If you want to, like you said, if you're lying, you put feathers on you. You want to be a fucking bird. Be a bird.
Be a bird.
I love it for you.
That's fine. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying, man. And it's, again, it's no disrespect to the individuals out there. We are all for it. Everybody being what they choose to be in life.
I want you to have the best life.
Yes,
for you.
but the pushing and the forcing upon others to be adapted and to always be aware and to always look in the dictionary for the new word of a gender that's it's either this or that, because in the beginning of the beginning, it's always been two things, right? It's always been something so simple, this or that. And now with this new age, right? It's it's confusing now.
It's gonna take some time.
It's hard.
Right.
We're not supposed. We can't just in 1 year and then the following year everybody's supposed to be on top of all the new things and the new flags and new colors and what's offensive and
so,
what terms changed and what was a slur all of a sudden.
Shit popped in my head because she got to talking. Thanks for saving me, baby. Anyways, but what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
What I was gonna say. Damn, I forgot again.
Come on, dog. We ain't that old. We're not that old, my nigga.
I think we're getting old.
We're not that old, my nigga.
Are we getting old? Oh no, we are getting old. I forgot 3 times. Damn, that's fucked up. I just lost my train of thought 3 times, bro. It's the tequila. It's the tequila. Dahlia, we need an endorsement. This shit is good. It make you lose your memory.
The killer of thoughts. The killer.
No, all I was saying is every community of people have the ones that do the absolute most, and those are the individuals that we're more so talking to, because, and if there's anybody out there, again, feel free to comment, feel free to contact us, and we'll talk about it. Because again, I can assure you, I have spoken to numerous individuals in these multiple communities, that every community has those ones that do the absolute most. They go ahead.
Can I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go. No, I know you got some shit where her motherfucking finger got to doing this shit.
When she like,
hit a motherfucker. I got some shit to say, man. Like, go crazy.
It was not that. But I was just saying when you say like doing the absolute most, right? And I just and I spoke on this before with probably like friends or something before, but when it came to individuals coming out and saying that I'm other than, right, I'm not normal, I'm this unique individual, right? That was like the thing, and it was just like, because I don't fit in this box that is like a label for me that I don't fit in, I'm proud to be this, right? But it's like after so much time, it was like, well, I want to fit in something, I want to have something for myself, I want to put myself in a box in a way, and I feel like because they are now, it's like
they lost. They kind of lost. They lost. They don't know what.
And it's confusing because it's like, I thought you're supposed to be this unique thing or like this, but it's like because they're normal now.
But they got lost in the bullshit, and that's exactly what we talking about.
It's like they need to be. This is. Hey, you don't see me.
But see that
I'm supposed to be different than you. I feel like that's.
I was gonna say, you know what? I was gonna say that's not one of the ones that do the most, but actually,
well, not the most, but I'm saying like that's someone that does the most.
I'm agreeing with you now. Okay. Because I was gonna take that shit back to say, you know what? That is exactly the ones that do the fucking most. Oh. So
okay.
How do you know how to think? I'm getting old. And speaking of getting old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knees be hurting and shit.
Oh, my God.
No, my knees hurt right now.
Come on, if your knees
and
hurt.
I'm just sitting here like it's.
If your knees hurt.
My knees are hurting.
If your knees hurt, me and your uncle knees is dead.
My knees hurt bad. Or it's only one knee actually right now. It's only one knee. Okay. I probably fell asleep, but it's hurting.
Nigga, my sciatica was fucking
what is in that?
Up exactly.
I don't
even know what a sciatica nerve is. Sciatic nerve.
I was just talking to somebody literally in the elevator on the way up here about that.
That's some old nigga shit.
Yeah, you know, that's we see each other, we like, yo, I can tell your back hurt. It's like telepathic communication.
Yeah,
it was like an instant like connection. I'm like, what up, my guy? He like, what up? I'm like, yo, you just came from
sciatica
biking?
nerve.
I'm like, he like, yeah, I just came from biking. I'm like, yeah, how that feel? You know, he's like, yo, man, you know. I'm like, I know your back hurt, right? He like, yeah, how you know? I'm like, cause my hurt right now. You know?
Shit fucks with. Wow. I slept in 50 different motherfucking positions last night, and I did not go to sleep until 2 hours later. When you don't understand, a sciatic nerve run down the back of your leg, fam.
It's a nerve, right?
That shit goes
from
crazy.
All the way from your back, down your leg, all the way down to the bottom.
It make you want to sit up. Wow. So if you sleep at night and you laying down, it's one of those things that just makes you want to sit up and be like, you know what? I take the whole back.
You ever
take the whole back?
You ever slept with a heat pad?
No.
Doesn't work.
So you're not old enough.
Not old enough. She doesn't understand this shit. Doesn't understand this shit. So in the next topic, lads, we're gonna wrap this topic.
Before I wrap that up, I just want to say one thing real quick. Since we were on this topic, I'm gonna make it quick. So we have no problem with certain
Oh yes.
pronouns or whatever.
Elaborating things.
Please.
Elaborate
Yes,
real
definitely,
quick.
man.
We have no problems with it. Here's what I have
None
a
at
problem with real quick. And I'm going to make it real quick and clear. And here's how you know I don't have problems with certain things. I have gay friends. I'm not going to lie.
We all do.
There's a lot of niggas that look at, I know a lot of people that won't even go around gay people and stuff like that. And I find a problem with that because we're all humans. Accept people for who they are. Let them do what they want to do. Whatever somebody do with their private parts is not your issue. If it doesn't affect your private life,
Right.
let them do what they want to do.
My nigga.
But here's my issue. When you know gay people and they know you're straight as fuck,
Oh yes.
and they keep coming at you trying to think like they think they can
They
now
finna like
change
convert you. No.
Don't do that with
I don't
me.
do that.
Please don't do that.
Well, I don't want to say
Don't
that.
do it.
I don't want
Don't
to say
do
that.
that.
That was mean. That was a little mean.
you
But
want me
it's
to
like,
res-
that's a thing. I see it happen to other people all the time, and it's
Exactly.
scary. Like, they be needing to, with them reports on people.
Yeah.
Man,
Look,
Because
hey,
if it's just,
say it again, bro.
If you want me to respect you for who you are and let you do what you do,
Don't
guess what?
Have the
pressure,
same.
bro.
Respect me for
Have the
who I
same.
am and let me do what I do.
Yeah.
I like Pink Panther.
Pink Panther.
You know what I'm saying?
Toast to the Pink
Hey.
Panther, bro.
That's it.
Toast to the Pink Panther,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean-
You tripping, bro. I almost didn't believe you for a second what you just said because you
Bro.
hesitated on the
Oh,
toast,
my bad.
nigga.
No, you know what I mean? I was just
You
that
kind of
busy.
hesitated on the toast, so I
Passionate
almost
about
didn't
this.
believe.
I'm
man.
passionate about this conversation.
No,
And
I'm
the
just
reason I'm
fucking-
passionate about it is because, yo, over, I would say even in the last 10 years, I've had countless situations where it's like, I'm out,
You VeRB, man.
I'm VeRB. You know what I mean? And I'm
Countless.
trying to let my actions speak over my words.
Everybody love VeRB.
dang.
You know? And it's like, yo,
Hey.
I fucking love you.
Nah, that's real talk, man.
You
I
like
understand.
dick, you like niggas. That's cool. But this is not the one you're going to get.
Yeah.
Don't be, oh no.
Yeah.
You know, I've had to cancel people because, yo,
You just felt
I
uncomfortable.
felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
My nigga, hey, that wasn't so quick.
I mean,
You know,
Yo.
you have a whole story to tell.
no,
Sounds like
I'm going to wrap it up. Give me like 2 more seconds.
I get,
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm passionate.
It wasn't so
I
quick,
want
my
this to
nigga.
stop. Because I want this to stop.
This
Because
is a
here's
real
the thing.
problem.
Here's the
Is
thing.
somebody watching you now? Like,
No,
are
I
you
don't
okay?
know.
Are
I hope they
you safe here?
If you watching, yo, listen to me. Look, I love
You
your
need to write
community.
up reports.
I respect your
I'll
community.
call
I
911
love it.
for
public
us.
service announcement.
PSA, you did. Do what you do. Fuck, let me do what I do. Okay? If you around me and I say you my people, you my people. If I say I love you to death, you dig? But don't cross no certain boundaries.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. I don't want to have to check you on that.
Yeah.
You dig?
We don't want to have to
Because
do
you already know
Should've-
what I am, what I do, how I do it. I don't want to have to check you on that. I don't want
want
to have
real problem.
It is. I've had so many situations where I'm like, yo,
Bro,
I
we
thought
ne-
we was good. What are you doing? You think you gonna, yo,
that. Do we need to go to therapy, bro?
I do. I'm traumatized. I'm very
I'm
traumatized
scared.
because I get it.
You
Okay,
gotta say-
look, I get it.
In this, yeah,
I get it. I
hear you.
understand. Okay, you can't help who you're attracted to, but at the
Right.
same time, I could be let's say I was single today, right? I could be attracted to a woman, but she's a lesbian, and I know that. I know I have no chance
That's
with her.
and that's
So you
real.
gonna
That
leave
shit
it
happens.
alone,
That's
you
real
drop
shit that
it.
I
happens.
know
too.
I have no chance with her.
Move on.
I'm not gonna try to convert you. I'm not. I'm gonna
Yeah.
respect this. What you like. This what you like. Don't come at me like that. I'm
You having
traumatized.
some issues lately. We
Bro,
we
I'm
need
very
to talk,
traumatized.
man.
That's why we here. Next time I'm gonna have some catering. We're gonna bring some real steak and eggs. while
Ice,
we
where's
talk.
hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah. Moving
Don't
on.
nope. I'm not trying to hear it.
Moving on.
That is
I'm just saying.
unfortunate. I'm sorry that's happening, or that's happened.
Oh,
to
it's
you.
happened a lot. I'm just
That's,
like, it's a very uncomfortable situation because
Yeah.
you know you come across situations as a man where it's like, okay, you got to turn certain women down. You're used to that.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
another
opposite
man,
sex.
though.
But another man, it's like, how do I handle that?
Yeah, do you
I-
handle it like a?
Yeah, and here's the
Or is
part.
it like-
Here's the worst part. Some of them
sorry.
don't take rejection well, so now they're trying to turn up on you.
Yeah.
They're upset. They're what?
Yeah,
Like, bro, you really
and it's
mad
like you don't
that-
know how they're gonna react
Yeah.
to
Bro,
that
so I'm a-
rejection. Oh wow,
I'm gonna add to your story, man.
that's how women feel. I'm sorry, by the way.
Is it?
That's how women feel.
I'm gonna add to your story, bro. so you don't feel singled out.
Yeah.
I had similar shit happen to me. And Buddy ass was kind of like,
it's bad, yo.
Buddy told me, like, I'ma get him. He don't even know. Like, wait a minute, fam, hold the fuck up. I was, you know. So, and this is this thing I'm gonna say. He don't see. You don't have. It happens to you all the time. And the one a couple of times it happens to me. I'm not prepared for it. The one or two times or whatever times it happens to me, it didn't even cross my mind that like immediately to be like, wait, what? Whoa, hey.
I like your modesty.
I'm just being honest, man. This shit is crazy. If anybody that watched this show tells me that ain't no other guy or the same sex person ever tried to talk to you, you was a motherfucking lie. You was a motherfucking lie.
Called Capricorn.
Capricorn, and it ain't even Capricorn season, and that's on my brother. Shout out to big bro. Shout out to little bro. Big bro, little bro. Yeah, he's a Capricorn. But anyways, but that's just facts, man. So again, man, like respect everybody, respect people's boundaries. Don't push things on people.
Don't.
And if you do make the approach, it's nothing wrong with the approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't push the issue.
Yeah.
And that's the message that we just trying to send out.
Like, don't sit there and say, like, why? It's like...
Yeah, like, my nigga... My
do I say
the man said he was going... He don't know. I'm going to get him. Like, no, you ain't get him.
Like, he not telling me all of it. Like,
I know you like this. What? No, I don't. No, the fuck I don't.
Tripping.
I said I don't. Move on.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
You
know you like this. What? No. You know, no, don't force the situation.
Just sit on the other side.
As you can tell, I'm starting to feel
But
violated.
you simmer down, homie.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Pipe down.
Not that.
You dig? Like, no pun intended.
I had to tell other people. He know this ain't that, right? Like, yeah.
And I don't, you know, for me, I move with humility. I'll never disrespect.
As we all should.
I'll never disrespect anybody. So it comes off weird, awkward in certain situations where I'm really just trying to be like, yo, chillax. We ain't on that. I'm not on that.
Right.
You know, that's not my steez. That's not how I move or none of that. And you just, oh, you know you like this. No, yo, at this point, you're going to make me turn the fuck up. And I don't want to do that because you're forcing me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like, how you telling me what I like? You know you like this. No, I don't. I said I don't for the 50th fucking time. I don't.
We need therapy. You need therapy.
I do.
I'll go with you, man.
Let's go. This is therapy.
That really bothered you,
bro. Because it's happened too many fucking times. It's happened too many fucking times. I'll be literally out with my wife. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, I'll be out with my wife, and you can tell I'm out with
Crystal gonna turn up on their ass.
You know what I mean? You can tell I'm literally with one of the finest
Crystal
women out here.
Hit their ass with a motherfucking car.
You know, and she be dying at me sometimes. I'm like, babe, it's not.
If
funny.
Jericho would have been there when I was at that motherfucking when Buddy tried to talk to me, I don't even know how that situation would have played out because if she would have knew, that's why I kind of. You see, that's crazy. So with this stakes and eggs shit, a lot of shit probably gonna come out that motherfuckers didn't know. But if she would have knew at the time, I probably wouldn't. That nigga probably would have never came back to the establishment.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, like I don't know, man. That's some crazy shit. To get hit on by the same sex where you're not, when that's not you, it is weird. But it's respectable because, again, like Shania said, it's only you're attracted to what you're attracted to, like you said too, bro. So, on that note, man, like, man. So,
and that's why I'm respectful of women because I kind of get it. You know, it's like
y'all get hit on all the time by the same.
Yeah, you know, and even
matter of fact, we got Ice and Jericho in the building. Minus one. Shout out to Jericho and Ice in the building. Minus one.
You know what I mean?
Miss Mary and her lambs type shit. all her
Let's
motherfucking lambs, as they say.
Where the money reside? Where the yo, that song "Mary Had a Little Lamb." You dig?
We definitely gonna get them on the show, and they gonna tell y'all some crazy stories, man. Cause you know, we men ain't the only ones.
No,
this shit happen to women too.
No,
man,
that's why I'm very respectful of women because
time.
I understand based on that alone. I understand what women go through a lot, man, because it's like as men, as niggas, we need to stop that too as men. Yo, you approach a woman, she says no one time, I'm good, keep it pushing, my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pushing. Crazy.
I think the whole
you dig?
It's the
keep
insults,
the
assault is crazy.
Yeah, it's because it gets to a point
I
where
like pussy, I don't like bussy. I like pussy, I don't like bussy, so I'll try a couple of times. I might try a couple of times.
And you know what? A lot of people go attribute it to. They gonna say, "Yo, persistence is key." Not in every situation.
Yeah, sometimes this shit is turning to stalking, my nigga.
It is because a lot of women. Trust me, when you approach a woman,
women getting stalked.
Oh yes,
yeah,
a problem.
When you approach a woman, here's the one thing I've learned about women over the years. A woman will know before you even approach her if she likes you or not. You dig? So when you approaching and she's told you a couple times, yo, I'm straight.
Got some head nods in the back.
You know what I'm saying? She knows before you even approached her if you're a potential candidate or not. So the moment you approached and she said, yo, my guy, I'm straight. Guess what? Before she even, you can tell in her body language even. You know what I mean?
Yes, like if she's uncomfortable.
This ain't gonna go.
You need to go away.
So keep it pushing. So based on that, that's why I'm respectful of. I respect a lot of women. I understand what they go through based on those situations I've been through because it's like now you're on the other end where there's like
I literally had said I was like that's what women feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like all the time.
And I do apologize to the women out there because I know now. And
it's
I've been new.
I went home that night and had to like think about shit like
you felt
a motherfucker tried to
violation
talk to me.
You felt like a girl, right?
Like wait, what?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It sucked.
I didn't know how to feel. I was like, yeah, man, and shout out to that guy. I won't mention no names. He cool. This ain't that. Bro.
This ain't that.
It
bro.
ain't.
You got a bad chance of going somewhere else.
All right. So on that note, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. I am so blessed, so humbly, man. I can't even say, man, how happy I am to have you two on the show today. It is a blessing. Man, make sure you keep your circle lovely. Make sure you keep your family involved. For all of y'all who heard all the little kid noises and shit in the back, door slamming, kids dropping shit on the floor. Can I get a juice box? Can I get a juicy juice? Can I get some crackers? Kids crying and shit. You know, give me another glass of wine type shit. If you heard it all, you got the family involved. You get the family involved, man. So other than that, like again, it was a pleasure having you two on the show. Real quick, man, let them know where they can, find you at on social media and everything. And yeah, man. Oh, speaking of, real quick, sorry, you just dropped a joint today.
I did. And guess what? I just woke up and I had that feeling, and I just want to fuck the summer up, bro.
What was the joint called again?
It's called Repeat.
Yes, sir. Let's go. So I honestly haven't heard it yet.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna listen to that joint later tonight. I know it's fire because my man's dropped it. This is like my other brother, like for real.
Don't
Shout
run
out.
up on me thinking shit gonna be sweet. $1 the only thing I need from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I get the door, put that shit on repeat. I do it over and 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 over again. Straight up.
Go crazy. Where can they find you, bro? What can they hit you up at, bro?
Man, to be real, I like to move low key, but you can find me every fucking where. Lights, Camera, VeRB. Once again on IG, you know what I'm saying? That's Lights, Camera, VeRB. V stands for value, E, each, R, remaining, B, breath. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me on Facebook, Cali Soku. You know what I'm saying? If I had a way, I'd switch that to VeRB too because I don't like people knowing my government or my real life like that. But
Facts.
fuck it, it is what it is at this point. Facebook don't play that shit. They ask for my ID and all that type of shit.
Blood type
Yeah.
nigga.
You know what I'm saying? My blood type. You know what I'm saying? They want to know my fucking ancestors and all that. And I don't fuck with
Yeah.
that, but it's all good. Yeah, so Lights Camera VeRB, Cali So Cool on Facebook. Search SoundCloud VeRB. You know what I'm saying? I'm on all digital streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? Search VeRB. You'll find me on there and shit. So,
Naya, where you at?
And then I'm Shania _Cyprian.
Shanice.
First name _ last name. That's
Yes.
simple. Find the picture. Like, that's it. Like,
Again, we welcome you to the show. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button.
Let's go.
Y'all can contact me or get with me on Steaks and Eggs, at Steaks and Eggs on all platforms. Also, hit up my artist page, officialsteaks.com or at officialsteaks. Let's
Mudville.
get it. Hey, remember one thing. Little booties can do big booty shit too.
Little booties
Outta
matter.
here.
Wait for the ride. Surf's up, nigga, then wait for the guys. If it's about money, don't wait on your guys. If you exposed, then question your guys. This ain't the church with the ties. This ain't the truth with the lies. This ain't the view with the eyes. Look for a view of an island. This ain't the joy with the cries. This a whole meal with the fries. This ain't the voice with the silence. This about
It's
not
never
fuck the
just
past.
black and white, baby.